Now, the final estimated revenue that YouTube has paid me right now is this amount. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another episode with me, Shashank Udappa. And today is going to be a very interesting video because recently, 2 days back, I went to Mumbai and I met my old investment banking boss that I worked with, right? And he was explaining what he was doing with investment banking, and it was so cool because he's launching his new AIF and all of that. And then I was thinking, what if I had never left investment banking? I started investment banking in 2017, and then I went on to start my own company, and then we sold the company, and then a lot of things happened in that time. And then I started YouTube as well. But I was thinking, what if I had stayed as an investment banker? What if I had continued in that journey? How would that Shashank Udappa look like? And I wanted to compare it with whether I took a right decision or not in hindsight, and how did YouTube pay me, and how did this journey happen? And I wanted to run a simulation of what was better. So that is what I'm going to do today. So let me show you something interesting, a blast from the past, because I'm going to show you my CTC when I joined. So basically, I joined investment banking in 2017 with 361. Now it's called 361. That time it was called IIFL Wealth. And at that time, in 2017, I was a junior analyst that I joined in, right? Negotiated a very bad salary. And this is how my CTC used to look like. My annual CTC basically was around, as you can see here, my annual CTC is around 6 lakh rupees. I'll zoom in a little bit. And if you see, my gross was 50,000. And if you compare all of the insurance, taxable income, standard deduction, tax per annum was 158. Basically, my cash per month, in hand cash per month, was 45,000 because some of it went into PPF, right, which is your employee provident fund. So this is how much I used to get, 45,648 every single month as an investment banker. Obviously, investment banking was a great job. I really enjoyed it. It was very hard to get in, but a lot of learning came in my way. But then how do I simulate if I had stayed as an investment banker, how would my career progress? Now, usually I want to take some higher end averages. So let me show you the higher end average. Let's assume I stayed with a 6 lakh LPA in 2017, and now we are 9 years ahead in 2026. I'm going to assume an aggressive 15% hike. Every year I got a 15% hike. Obviously, nobody gets a 15% hike, but investment banking usually has good bonuses. Assume I would have skipped the job and gone to another job and taken a hike. So I want to blend that average. Okay, I want to blend that average and say that, let's say I had a 15% blended average every year my salary was growing. So from that time, 9 years to now, 15% compounded, how much would I have made every single month? So that year I was making 6 lakh. Assume I put a 15% compounding, that 6 would have become 6.9 lakhs in 2018, 2019 7.9 lakhs, 2020 9 lakhs, hoping I still had a job during COVID, 2021 10.4 lakhs, then 2022 was 12 lakhs, then 13.8, 2024 was 15.8, 2025 was 18.2, and 2026 was 21 lakh LPA. That means today my salary in 9 years would have gone from 6 lakhs to 21 lakhs, which is, not bad at all. It's 3.5 times. This is assuming I have done some shifting of work, I've got some hikes in the middle, I've got some bonuses, everything milake, I have assumed that I will get around 21 lakh LPA. So some people might think this is low. Chalo, let me badao that also. Let's assume 21 bhi nahi hai LPA. I am now, let's say, around 33 investment banker. Let's say instead of 21 LPA, I am getting 25 LPA. Chalo, na tera na mera 25 LPA. Aap 30 bhi pakad lo, no problem. Let's assume 30 lakh LPA. Now I added all of these LPAs, okay? And I'm not removing tax from this because even my YouTube income will have tax removed. So I'm keeping tax as a constant, but I'm taking all the addition of all these years. And in 9 years, I would have amassed a sum of anywhere between 1.2 crores to 1.4 crores, adding 6 lakh LPA, 7, 8, 9, whatever, right? So that means I would have made around 1.2 to 1.4 crores in 9 years if I had just remained as an investment banker. Yes, I would still be working in a company. Instead of a hoodie, I would have a suit and pant, and that is what I would be doing. And maybe I'll be doing some IR decks. I would be working on some presentations, DCF, cash flow, all of these things I would have worked at. I would have definitely been happy because I would still be in investment banking, which I always wanted to do, and I would still be looking at deal flow and the stock market. So I would be very happy with that. Now comes the transition of YouTube. Now let me show you how YouTube looks like, and I won't show you the revenue first, but first let me show you the views of YouTube, right? So my YouTube channel, if you can see here, I have totally 83 million views right now, a watch time of 2.8 million, 423k subscribers. And if you look at YouTube, it actually started really growing in 2021. Till then I had like 300 views a day, 200 views a day, 100 views a day. This is the grind nobody talks about. When I started posting videos in 2020, which is during COVID, that time nobody was watching. only around 2021 is I started getting 300, 400 average views. And from 2021, that journey started. After that, that journey went on till 2023. And after 2023, I took a break because I was completely burnt out with YouTube. I said, boss, it was too much stress. There was too much demand, less supply. I was doing live streams every single day. The number of YouTube videos I have put, I don't even know. So I took a 1-year break. And then again, I came back in 2024 and I made a better process that I don't get burnt out and I will enjoy the process. Even today, I enjoy it. And right now, this is what is going. So totally 83 million views on my channel, short form, long form, sub included. And I have 423k subscribers. And I'll show you the power of compounding, right? If I show you my live count and if I show you how the lifetime growth looks like, this is how the lifetime, so beautiful. Look at this. See how the compounding cycle is working over here, right? Look at how the compounding cycle is working. Here was a growth phase, stagnation phase when I quit YouTube for a bit, and then we have the again growth phase here as well. So we have a beautiful journey here with YouTube, and this is a compounding machine. Right now I'm at 423k. Give it another few years, I might hit 1 million as well, maybe in 4-5 years. I don't care, because YouTube is such an asset that if you work on it, it pays you back diligently, right? Now coming to the big reveal. How much did you actually make with YouTube? Yes, you started in 2020, 2021, and this is how much you have achieved till now. So let's see how much YouTube has actually paid me over a long period of time. Now, the final estimated revenue that YouTube has paid me right now is this amount, which is 1,08,61,091 over a period from 2020 to 2026. 2026 is not even over. So 5.5, let's assume 6 years. In 6 years, we have made an estimated revenue of 1 crore. That is from YouTube. Right now, you will be like, Shashank, but your investment banking salary, you made 1.2 to 1.4 crores in 9 years. And here you made 1 crore only in 5 years. So that means that one would have given you a better return compared to this, right? Some of you guys might have that reasoning. But let me tell you, this is only the income I got from YouTube. This is not the income I got from brand deals. If I calculate my lifetime brand deals only from, let's say, YouTube, that would have easily crossed maybe 2 to 3 crores of top line. Easily 2 to 3 crores of top line, which would have crossed only lifetime of brand deals, right? This is not even counting Instagram, because we post same reels on Instagram as well. So Instagram audience was also growing. Now Instagram doesn't pay you, but the brand deals on Instagram has been going for the last 5 years. That is also in easy 7 figures. So technically, the YouTube just revenue was equal to my investment banking salary, but the additional part was the Instagram, the brand deals, the access to people, distribution, and I have got so many opportunities because of YouTube, and that is where the game is. Now, what is the cost of this? The cost was risk, right? Obviously, if you ask me, go back in 9 years and tell my younger self that this is what you would be doing, I would never believe it. I'm like, are you mad? Acha kasa naukri hai, I have a stable salary, you're getting 50,000 rupees a month. Why do you want to take such a big risk? You don't even know what will happen in the future, right? And this is what I see with a lot of people as well. Now, obviously, I'm not saying YouTube is better and investment banking is bad. Please understand that both have their own upsides and downsides. I took a risk. Now my risk paid off, and that is why I'm here. I worked hard for it. But if I had not worked hard and if I had got defeated by other factors, then I would not be here. I have to go back and do a job. There's nothing wrong with doing a job. See, I also had an advantage. Before people say that, okay, you might have an advantage. My advantage was my parents were well off and they didn't need me, right? I didn't have any dependency that I had to, take care of my house or pay for them or take care of them. So I had the ability to take risk early on. I know a lot of people who have EMIs, loans, they have to take care of their family, and around 35, 40 years of age, they become independent. Means they don't have to take care of their family anymore. They're all fine. All loans are cleared. But at 40 also, they don't take a risk. Now, what happens is when you take risk early, you get the advantage of exploring yourself. And a lot of people will be like, we'll do it later. In fact, doing it later is even more harder, right? Because I got married, I have a kid, and it's very difficult for me to take the same level of risk that I took in 2017-18 rather than taking the risk today. That level of risk I can't take today. Slightly lesser risk I will take, more calculated risk, but I can't take the same risk as the past. So if you look at my IB salary, I would have made 1.2 crores, right? If I had stuck in that IB route, chalo 1.5 crores on the topper side. But if you look at my opportunity cost for taking the risk, it is almost 6x, 7x more I've made just from the risk that I took, right? So that is how it compounds. Now, one more thing is you should see how this compounds, and let me show you how that compounds as well. Now, one question all of you guys will ask me, Shashank, how does this compound? So when you build distribution the way I have done over so many years, you can do some really cool things with this distribution. If you don't believe me, let me do one thing. Let me quickly show you. Right? This is my office that I have built with distribution. As you can see, we have almost 30 people in the office, and we run two different businesses over here. We have the small cases, which is run by the research team, and we also have the content studio team running content for other people as well. And we work with a lot of brands, like a multi-studio brands as well. So as you saw, I built a wealth management firm, right? We have our own small cases. We have a swing trading group. I have 4,200 unique customers with me. After that, we also have a studio where we do my content. We make a lot of revenue from brands and YouTube. We also have other stealth channels running on YouTube that you don't even know you're watching, but it's my channels. There we've crossed more than 10 millions of views, more revenue from that side. All of it is paid off very easily, supremely profitable on all sides. And that is what we are currently building. If I had not built this, I would have definitely been sitting in some office in a suit pant. I would have still been happy, right? But I'm happy on both sides. It's just which path I took, that was the most important thing, right? So if I had a chance to go back and choose the path again, I would still take the more riskier path. But again, I'm not saying only I have taken it and it is great. This had a lot of challenges. I got burnt out at least 3 times in my life. There was a lot of stress involved with this, right? So a lot of issues were also there, but we are strong people, so we keep going forward and forward and forward, and we want to achieve success. So that is basically what we look at, right? But what is the advantage I got for high risk? The monetary value is secondary, right? I could have failed also. The advantage of taking such a high risk is I get to meet a lot of interesting people because of the distribution I've built. I've also been lucky to have such a big audience that is following me on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, everywhere, and they've been following me for 5 years, and it's my job to keep showing up every day and actually make this video. And most importantly, I would have never created such a beautiful family in my office here, where I have more than 25 people currently working hard towards achieving some goals. And this is amazing because all of us are very young guys and we love working in such an environment, and obviously everyone is having fun at the same time. But this is what you get. So sometimes when you take a risk, it pays off, and it pays off well. But the goal is to try and take risk sometime in your life, and the biggest problem of risk is comfort. I've seen a lot of people, they finish all their problems, they become debt free, house is done, everything is paid off, but then they're very comfortable and they'll be like, "Arey 10 saal hi to hai retirement ke liye, 15 years are left for retirement, let me just relax." I remember my father was working in a job till he was 49 years of age, and at the age of 50 he started his own company when everything was secure. He started his company when he was 50, he sold his company at 59. Now you might think 9 years is a short time. It's a very big time to build a business, and you don't have to build a very profitable business also, you just have to build a good business. From 50 to 59 he built it, and then he sold it as well. So, and then he's retired. So this is what it is. There is no age to take risk. So a lot of people get FOMO that, oh yeah, this CEO is only 15 years of age and he's taken risk. Don't be in that FOMO. Your time will come. Just ensure you clear out all your responsibilities ASAP, right? You figure out, clear all your debt. Try to make a house if you want a house. Try to make a house fast. Clear all your savings for your future kids and live below your means. Don't overspend. Focus on making cash flow and money. Then definitely take a risk and try it out. Kya hi hoga worst case? You'll fail. What is the problem in failing? If you fail, you can always go back to the job. You still have more experience now because you failed. So that is how I look at risk, right? But again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and like this video. It was a fun video, right? But I hope you guys like this. And this is for all the people who want to do something. I would say, give it a shot. If you think about failing, then you will fail, right? So don't think about failing. You just go in and say, I'm going to succeed no matter what, and we'll figure it out. That is the attitude I would keep. Again, thank you all for watching. And I hope you guys like this video. If you did, please click on the subscribe button. It'll really help this channel grow as well. Thank you guys. Take care. See you. Bye bye.